My name is Beklin Tazo. I'm from Cameroon. I've been in UAE for 5 years. I'm a teacher by profession.
So how long have you been teaching in UAE?
4 years.
What are the qualifications or certifications that are needed to become a teacher in UAE?
It depends actually on the sector you're getting into, because as per the UAE laws, there are different sectors. First of all, I would like to say the education system, the education part of the UAE is regulated by the Minister of Education and KHDA. KHDA is the Knowledge, Human and Development Authorities. So the Ministry of Education, with the help of the KHDA, they have to approve you before you can practice as a teacher. So what if you're, and the sector, when I say it depends on the sector and the qualifications that you need. This is what I mean. For example, if you want to be a kindergarten teacher, the qualifications needed are different. If you want to be a primary teacher, it's different. If you want to be a lecturer in the university, it's kind of different. So with the nursery sector, the requirements for you to be a nursery teacher is, if you have a bachelor's degree, let's say from your home country in education, then you're on a good spot. All you need to do is you just attest it from your home country, and then you attest it here too, then you're good to go. You can go with that. But if you do have a bachelor's in another field, and then you need to get into the field of education, what they require you to do is you need to get what they call the catch level 3. It's actually a UK diploma that qualifies you to work in the early childhood level, which is the nursery. So you'll be handling children between the ages of 0 to 6, 7 years. Okay, now after that you go to the primary sector. When you are going into the primary sector, you need to have, if you don't have a bachelor's degree in education and you want to get into the primary section, that's what we talk of you having your first degree that you have from home, and then a bachelor's is needed first, and then the next extra one you have is maybe a postgraduate diploma. They call it PGDE, postgraduate diploma in education, or you can have postgraduate diploma, postgraduate certificate in education international. They call it PGCI. So these courses, they can give you the pathway into the field of education. And then if you want to be, let's say in the secondary, and you want to be like a subject teacher, that is when it becomes a little bit more complex too. So you need your bachelor's degree from your home country. Some schools will really prefer people who have bachelor's degree in education, and then a master's degree in the subject you're teaching.
But for someone that does not have any foundation in education, like yourself, they can still get into it, right?
Yes, you can, but it depends on the, like I said, the sector you're getting into.
Now, what sector do you think is easier to get into? Is it the nursery, primary, or the secondary?
I would say the nursery is the easiest to get into. If you, especially for those who don't have that foundation of education, you don't have like a bachelor's in education, it's way easier to do your catch and you're done with it over a year, and then you're done. You can get into the nursery sector. But if you're someone that wants to do maybe subject or language teacher, it's going to get a little bit more complex for you, especially if you don't have background in education.
So you made mention of cash level 3, right? How much does it cost?
The prices actually varies. I would say from 9K to even up to 20.
20K to teach nursery school?
Yes, of course. It's it gives you that. It's 20K is not just like the gross sum. For example, what I paid was 1,500 for registration. And then the course fee, the registration fee, and then the course fee, and then the attestation after the qualification came. That's what I summed up to that 20K. It's not like the entire tuition fee.
So how long does it take to do this cash course?
Catch, it would take, I would say, from start to finish is 12 months.
Let's talk about money.
My favorite part.
So what is the salary range for teachers in UAE?
I would say it depends.
Okay.
It depends on A lot of factors actually. It depends. I would say the major ones are your experience and your qualifications. So for a starter, I would say if you have catch, they can give you 5K for a start.
Least.
I would say 5K for a start. But some schools, if you have catch, your experience, some schools will even give you over to 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
It depends.
For nursery school too or secondary school?
Nurseries. Then if you're like a subject teacher or in the secondary, you can get even up to 14, 15.
Do you guys have like an agency that recruits teachers for schools, or do you apply direct?
I would say I didn't use any agency. Most of my jobs, I got them through LinkedIn. Most of my jobs, I would say LinkedIn is the perfect place for you to get a teaching job in the UAE. Once you finish, you need to first of all build a very good LinkedIn page, because once you do that, HROs will come to you. I get HROs come to my inbox all the time, be like, oh, we have this opportunity, are you open to work? So once you finish with your qualifications, first of all, have a very good LinkedIn page. That's the best way to market yourself. And most people don't know how to, especially Africans, they don't know how to market themselves on LinkedIn. It's a very powerful tool. It goes behind you posting your work experience, posting things related to your field of studies. So when HROs scroll through your page, they see all these things. They don't check the recent posts. They go as far. That's how your experience accumulates on LinkedIn and makes your page more attractive. And when you're on LinkedIn, try to connect with as many HROs as possible. Schools, HROs, owners of schools. There's so many of them on LinkedIn. You connect with them, they will come to you. But in a situation where you don't have a good LinkedIn page, then try to create a good CV. Not Microsoft Word CV, a good CV. And one mistake I would say most Africans make, especially when they're doing their CV especially not just teacher CV, but generally, is every profession has their language. So I happen to have a very good relationship with my HR, and she tells me this all the time. She says most often the way she receives like 1,000 CVs every day. But these CVs do not come to her. What she does is, as an HR, her system is set up in a way that they have some key languages that they put into their system. So it helps them filter CVs. Let's say, for example, if she's looking for a teacher that should teach, let's say, nursery 2, children that are between the ages of 4 to 6. So she may decide to set up her key 10 words to be like planning, executing, lesson notes, experience, and these key education terms. So if you post to your CV or you send your CV to her and her software does not detect at least 5 of these words, your CV doesn't even get to the HR. So it happens. That's what most HRs in this country do. So if you are building your, say, a teacher CV, make sure you're speaking the language of the profession, so the CV can pass that phase and even get to the HR for her to even see what's on it.
What is the working time for teachers in UAE?
It depends on the school, actually. It depends on the school. My previous school, actually, the first school I worked in, I was working from 8 to 4. But right now I work from 8 to 3. So I have friends that work from 8 to 1.
Now, while we are talking about money, what is the least amount schools take for, let's say, school fees in UAE?
It depends, actually. It depends on... School fees in UAE is calculated based on the number of hours the child spends in school.
What do you mean by the number of hours? Is there option of...
There are options. It depends on the number of hours, the number of days the child spends.
So you can decide how long you want to stay in school and how many days you want to come to. Really?
Yeah. So it depends, actually, and the number of days in a week you want the child to come. So I cannot tell you this is the exact fee because it depends on the timings and the number of days the child comes to school. That's how they do the calculations.